So as you have rightly mentioned, it's a 60-year-old organization where we have the mandate to train the officers from the government, where we used to organize these induction programs for the newly recruited people and all. But nowadays we understand there is a huge requirement to train each and individual in terms of these industries, because it's not only the training for or the skills required for the officers. When someone wanted to start any industry, because we have these people here, the students, at some point of time they may have thought that why we have to work for someone, why don't we start something by our own? We get some inspirations. Because I would like to take an example. So here we have the person from industry, where if someone or the civil engineer has got an opportunity to work with ma'am, at some point of time he is so much of skill and he would like to start an enterprise and he would like to sell his services to the organization. Ma'am can outsource that particular activity to that organization. It's an auxiliary unit, we can say. So ma'am also, she cannot afford all the manpower for that particular resource, and he has started his organization. Not only for this organization, he can build his own at a greater level in that area. So skills are not meant to a specific as we cannot confine them to this single location, sir. Coming to the each and every sector, starting from the KL University or SIMB. So we are seeing the multiple trades are actually taking the part. But if you are connecting the dots, they have to work for an industry. You may teach architecture, you may teach computer science, you may teach management. At the end, they have to work for an industry. So a people should have a skill to manage all the skills network, where they have to give some productivity to a particular industry again. So we as a national institute, we see a greater future in making the people to leverage the potential to fulfill their dreams, and as well as to give something back to the society. And that is where the NSDC is coming up with many courses. And as well as the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship is having the many of the courses. And the PM Yuva Strive for some of the programs have coming up. And the Atal Innovation Mission is a great initiative, we can say. And under Atal Innovation Mission, we have Atal Tinkering Labs, where they are supporting the schools for starting in innovative labs in their own school premises by supporting some fund. But end of the day, it's not for the curriculum altogether, or get some marks and so going out of the class or going out of the school with some sort of the degree. So as sir rightly said, we have to see the industrial sector. So I preferably tell, it may be the context or not, I don't know, but NEP 2020 or anything, if we are teaching them in a sectorial manner, because if we are teaching them the IoT technology, but the people, they don't know where to use IoT technology. And here I can give you a live example. Experiential learning and just skill-oriented learning. Knowing how to operate a mic is just a skill. See, I have been observing the numbers on the mics here. This is the problem faced by the people who are organizing it. So just sticking the numbers and operating is an experiential learning. Until unless I have faced some problems, I need to sort it out in such a way that I should simplify my activity. Every industry is looking into that. Even the Zoom is solving the problem in the education industry. IoT is solving the problem of this automobile sector, and the drone technology is solving the problem of agriculture sector. Until unless you see the skill developing some particular industry, textiles or garments or any kind of industry, entertainment, construction. So altogether it's an industry. Whatever skill you learn, where you are actually implementing it, what kind of result you are seeing, what kind of potential you are actually doing. And with the last point I can tell, ITC is actually looking at, sir, now, plant-based protein. So we have so many researchers stating that from a regular meat to the plant-based meat, people are just thinking of from many years. Now ITC has taken that kind of project now. So now agriculture students are having a huge potential to think in that dimension. So they have to incorporate such a way skill that they have to see, okay, ITC is taking up, whether I should start an industry or a firm so that I can produce and supply the raw materials that can be utilized by an ITC so that they can make a ready-to-eat food. This is how I need to see the skill from my side. It's not to get a certificate from out of it and apply for a job and sitting for a good remuneration. Either I go for an entrepreneurship or a self-employment or any kind of wage employment. I should apply my skill somewhere to see this. So it should be an industry sector, so not any skill sector. It should be industry specific. So I want to see every course should be industry specific. So that is where we are also striving, and me especially looking at an incubations and startup ecosystem where we are training them from the industry's perspective itself. So I'm so happy to say that, share one thing. Recently we have organized an internship program for the Birla Open Mind schools from the 9th to 12th for the 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks they have come up with an industry specific oriented problems and the solutions. That is outcome of the 2 weeks internship program. If we with the NEP 2020, if we can inculcate this kind of skills to the industry specific things, definitely we can achieve many things in the coming 5 to 10 years at a large scale, sir. Thank you so much.
That's a lot of passion coming from a government organization, and not to undermine it, but that goes to show the kind of transformation which is underway. He has made very valid and very important points actually about, even in his earlier remarks, it's about value addition, and now he talks about problem solving. I think youngsters who are sitting here who are very busy talking amongst themselves, I think the reform in the industry or reform in the education is specific to even skills which are required while you're sitting in an auditorium. I wish you learn as soon as possible, but Professor Sharath made some very remarkable statements.
So if I'm I would like to give one statement, last statement.
Sure.
So all my dear student friends, I would like to tell you one thing. Remember this statement for this is what helping me, and I think it will also help you. We have to take the opinions from the past and decisions from the future. That's it. Whatever the skills you are opting now, that has to define your future, and it will be defining your future. So you take the opinions, what have been done. So from your seniors and all, take the opinions, but you take the decision of choosing some skill or any kind of activity based on how you want to see your future. Thank you so much.